You know what? To say we were going to get one hit tonight, wouldn't have believed it. Chatwood actually, threw the ball well and has all year. He squared some balls up, didn't get any results. Yeah, it's one of those things that you look for consistency, and it's not easy. It's not easy to get hits. Yeah, it's one of those things I think we got to turn the page on or try to, and we got Julio going tomorrow, and try to get a win. After the sixth inning, long inning, and we put ourselves behind the eight ball. It was a close game, and we did some things there on the defensive and the pitching side that got the game out of whack quickly. Tomorrow we got to regroup and find a way to win a baseball game.
The offensive numbers at home, in particular, are really dramatically down. Any explanation you have for that?
No, you know what? I have no explanation, and obviously the numbers don't lie. And right now where we're at on the calendar, it's enough of a sample. But I don't think that guys. I think the guys enjoy hitting here, and there's a lot of hits out there. But tonight, that wasn't the case, and I think obviously the first couple months that hasn't been the case. But I expect it to even out as we go forward.
A lot of quick innings today. Does that indicate poor at bats or indicate something else?
Well, I think that the first few innings, I think that maybe the 3 or 4 innings, I think that the pitch count, for us and getting Chatwood to work a little bit and elevate the pitch count was there, and then he got some quick outs, really quick outs. There's a double play in there, and AJ hit a ball hard in that maybe the 4th or 5th inning that kind of got him back where he needed to be. But yeah, as long as guys are swinging at strikes and taking balls, I like our chances. But you got to find a way to beat the starter.
Starter is the history with this: 2 times through the lineup, 3rd time he runs into trouble. What do you see changing? What do you see behind that?
Well, for me, it's one of those things that, today going into the 6th inning, Mike was very efficient, had 67 pitches, giving up 1 run. And for me, it turned when you get Blackman 0-2 and you end up walking him. And you get it out from LeMahieu with a sack, and so I think for me is if you look at Mike's start, there were some pitches where he got ahead tonight, and he had chances to bury guys, and it's more of to be a consistent major league starter. You have to be able to put guys away, and it's tough, but the conviction that you make with every pitch has got to be there, and that's how you get from good to great, and or serviceable to very effective as a major league starter. And so you look at getting ahead with 2 strikes to Parra and not burying the breaking ball. Same thing with Hundley and Story. The breaking ball just rolled, and so that's what makes those elite pitchers great, because they throw every pitch with conviction. So I think that this is something that Mike is cognizant of, and he's got to continue to improve.
There's nothing about fatigue?
It's nothing about fatigue. No, I mean, it's the pitch count. He's built up. The strength is there, and it's, again, 67 pitches going into that 6th inning. He was still strong, and there were some quality pitches in that inning, but there were some bad ones mixed in there, and those guys, to their credit, they capitalized on them.
Mike believes that when that starts to happen, like you said, it's not fatigue or the 3rd time through, but when he gives up that hit to Arenado and then the walk, it just starts, he doesn't know how to get out of it, just kind of, snowballs on him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's correct. And there's a thing, that we talk about is limit damage. And even when you have your best stuff, or there's a little stress, or when you don't have your best stuff, you still find ways to limit damage. And I think that sometimes with Mike, not necessarily the game speeds up, but things happen pretty quickly. And to go from 5 innings, 2 runs to giving up 6 runs. It happened pretty quickly, and I like the matchup with Story, the first 2 at-bats against him, and you got to find a way to, again, limit damage.
You didn't contemplate taking him out before Story at all?
No, because at that point in time, Arenado gets to second base on the overthrow, and so I don't want Cargo to beat us, the left versus right, and I liked both versus him, and then you got the lefty par behind him. So at that point in time, he had 70-something pitches. So he's got to get Story out, and he'll be the first to tell you that.
Back to the offense, inconsistency has been a problem all season. You've been talking up the offense. You get 12 runs yesterday. Things look a little bit better. Then you revert. I mean, how hard has it been to see the up and down all season?
Yeah, I mean, hitting is the toughest thing to do in baseball, and those teams that win, you have consistent production, and regardless of who's out there, you got to find ways to, string some hits together and score some runs. So, yeah, I definitely haven't wavered in my confidence in the offense, and I think that those guys are frustrated, and I guess outside of that explosion yesterday, as Bill mentioned, this homestand, it hasn't been great. Corey swung the bat really well, but we've got to, as an offensive unit, do a better job.
Dave, what did you see from Justin in the leadoff spot? Is that something you might continue to do?
Well, it was more of who was in the lineup, and I still like Justin, getting those at bats, and he had pitches to hit tonight. And, for me, I still think he's catching the ball a little deep. And, the barrel, he's finding the barrel. But, it's hard to make a living hitting fly balls to right field. Even if they're barreled, it's hard to consistently get slugged when you're doing that. So, and Justin will say it, balls that he had to handle that maybe he can use the different part of the field will have more success. So I think that, he's working, the hitting coach is working, so I think he's a click late on some of these pitches, these fastballs that I think he can handle.
I'm sorry, I just came in. Can you just talk about the effort tonight and getting behind quickly and just the game effort?
Yeah, it was, we were right there, and that 6th inning got away from Mike a little bit. The 0-2 to 4-2, the walk right there, the base hit to Arenado, and obviously the homer from Story. He had opportunities, all night long to put guys away. He worked ahead a lot. Fastball command good. The breaking ball, there were glimpses of a very, very plus breaking ball. But there were some 2-strike hits that got us tonight. And obviously the 3-run homer from Story. But, this is something that Mike's got to continue to, get through that third time through thing. And there's a little bit of talk about it. But, I thought Mike threw the ball well. But, in that 6th inning, got away from him a little bit.